Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Market Forecast. It's Friday, April the 23rd. I'm John Hoagland. As always, thanks for trusting me with your time. As always, we are hoping for accurate context, good risk management, and patience for you all today. My inspiration this morning was a song going back to the vinyl, Electric Light Orchestra, Mr. Blue Sky, a song that I really loved then. And I'm very happy that it was introduced to the younger generation in a movie by the name of Guardians of the Galaxy. Kind of a funny movie. Hopefully, you've been able to see it. As always, we are hoping for peace in the world and good trading to you. As always, we look at the economic numbers due out. Nothing out just yet, but at 8:45, we have the preliminary PMI composite number, 9 o'clock new home sales, all yet to come out. Coach T is out. Hopefully, you've gotten your email. Hopefully, you've seen the features and are checking it out and hoping you find them useful. It's just the first iteration of it. Lots more to come. We're really looking forward to providing as much information and as many tools as we can to help you with your trading. That said, in the news, I'm sure we all noticed a little bit of a downturn in the equities. I saw that Murph was talking about that massive slide after the Biden news yesterday. Yeah, it was a little crazy, but yet another reminder of why we should always use stops to protect ourselves from headline risks. We never know when those are going to come. And also a reminder that when those things do come out, when there are announcements that are unexpected and sometimes even expected, you're going to see it in the market first. Yesterday, the market was well on its way, I think, to kind of maintain upward structure off that late spike that we had the previous day. We're going to see all this on the charts here shortly. There's a lot to talk about. I hope I remember everything. And as soon as that came out, it just ripped right off the highs, right through the lows. You can't even have the time to check out what the news was before you're going to need to either get out of positions, hopefully again with stops, and find a way to take advantage of it. It was quite the move yesterday, but it really didn't change much. We're going to see that on the charts. It wasn't really a surprise. Everybody knew that the president was going to be raising taxes. The announcement yesterday was that he was going to raise capital gains taxes on the wealthy, those earning more than $1 million a year, from 20% to 39.6%. That's a pretty big jump. Knock stocks a little bit lower on anticipation that some of those wealthy traders that have some pretty good profits in those stocks might start to liquidate to take advantage of the lower tax rate. Russia has raised rates to stem inflation, beginning to withdraw troops from the border of Ukraine. That's a good sign, I think, as we are hoping for peace for everybody. As far as earnings this morning, Honeywell out, beating expectations. American Express, mixed numbers. Daimler beating expectations. And Kimberly-Clark missing. Intel yesterday beat expectations, but some kind of underlying questions as to how that is going to be going. Both Kimberly-Clark and Intel looking to the downside. Nothing really important to do after the close. Earnings season, Friday, we don't get much information on those days. Cryptocurrencies have taken a little bit of a bite, if you will. Bitcoin dips below 50K. And as always, make sure you like, share, comment, question, feedback, and heckling are always welcome. As far as Coach T, you also have been given a practice account. Make sure that you check the account before you start trading. You can learn how to switch between, you can toggle between accounts. You can find that information on our website. And just to make sure that if you are trading in your trading combine, you are trading in your trading combine. If you are in practice, you certainly want to know about that. You don't want to have a really good day in your practice account and then have it not count in your trading combine account. Everybody has that practice account now. I think a wonderful the wonderful feature for everybody. So, checking this morning just before the forecast, VIX up slightly at $18.78 index, continuing to slide a little bit down today at 90.72, and the 10-year just 2/100ths of a point lower than it was yesterday at this time, 1.54%, and seemingly moving lower. The 10-year dancing around an important inflection level for the last 5 days. I'm going to see how that plays out for us today. I'm going to say good morning to everybody. I saw Theo first in the room. You win the prize. Felix, good to see you. Good morning, my brother Rick Murph. Happy Friday. Yes, Mr. Blue Sky is out here in Chicago. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. I'm ready and excited about today's trading day. Looking forward to maybe making a little bit of money and calling it a day early. Who knows? We got to see what happens. Brian, good morning. Vince, Clarence, Taurus Trader, good to see you. Rob T, Mike, the Chef Magallanes is here. Colin, good morning. James, good morning. Taking the day off, guys. Level 2, have fun. Trade smart, trade smart. Yes, trade small and trade smart. Level 2, you got to take it off. Take it easy on those all-night gaming sessions. We need to have you around. Jason, good to see you. Vicky, good morning. Troy, hi. Vicky's got her cup of coffee. I got my cup of coffee right here. Also, one of my favorite bands, The Who. Trading Research. Vicky, I am good. Excellent. 200 EMA or nothing. Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. In the second movie, I just love the little Groot. He's so cute and quite a dancer. LOL Hoga is an MCU fan. I guess he's not that old. No, I'm not that old. I'm a fan of all kinds of music. Greg Murph. Fortunately, I had a stop in place. Good. Chips up and diapers down. I'm not sure what that means, Rick, but I'm sure you'll tell me. Buenos tardes. Bishop Maker, good to see you. Will, Tim, Shady Trader, Lemur, Brent, Edward, Richie B, KM. Good morning to everybody. Hit that like button if you like what you're seeing. We're going to jump into the charts right now. As always, starting with the daily in crude. Crude oil, a bit of a off the markets, maybe. Vici. Got it. Thank you, Vici. You know, some of the names I probably don't do so well on. Good morning, Sean Pipels. Good morning. Good to see you. All right, here's the crude oil. Let me get my notes here. It's going to help me remember everything. Yeah, Intel and got you. Intel and Kimberly-Clark. Chips and diapers. Understood. Thank you for clarifying, Rick. Crude oil. Volume and open interest continue to fall as balance kind of continues to take over here. We see that the market is kind of coiling in on itself a little bit, and that may bring some opportunity for us later, but losing 10,000 in open interest yesterday, this is one of the things that tells me we are magnetic towards this 6150, still pivotal, but still magnetic. I still think that there is a move away from that. When and where, we don't know. Lower volume yesterday, lower open interest. A lot of folks kind of putting this on the wayside, at least for now, and that can of course change at any moment. Onto the 30-minute chart. I think we've left our opening range at the low of the session here, but we did open in range and in value. 6150, again, an important weekly kickoff inflection level. Settlement just down below that at 6143. Overnight longs have already reconciled. We've opened in range and in value. We're currently trading right near settlement. I'm looking for some sort of acceptance or rejection outside of value from yesterday. Value high 61.67, value low 61.21, kind of a narrow range. And, opening in range and in value tells me that there may be better trade locations, better opportunities as the day goes on. Yes, maybe I am like Drax. It went over my head. Uh, uh, all right, back down to business here. I got things to do, Rick. Come on, man. Uh, so again, I'm looking for some sort of acceptance or rejection away from weekly kickoff, perhaps above value or below yesterday's value. Anything in the middle here, I'm really not interested. This market, for now, is kind of off the radar. We got better things to look at. What about the S&Ps? Yeah, let's go to the daily. Okay, so recent volatility. I mean, this is showing balance, although some pretty big ranges and some pretty big volatility inside of this area of balance. There's some pretty big opportunities if you're headed the right way at the right time. Yesterday, that was certainly the case. So we just kind of going down, up, down. What are we doing today? Anybody's guess. We added 18,000 in open interest on a higher volume yesterday. So we were, kind of thinking maybe we brought in some new shorts to this marketplace, and that's probably a good sign for longs. New shorts mean buying power when they are getting whacked and need to get out. So I'm going to go into the 30-minute chart here because we've got the story as far as the bigger time frame is concerned. Big ranges, big ranges. We're inside the value area from yesterday. That's going to kind of encourage me to stay patient today. We are waiting for PMI and new home sales. Both of them could be impactful, so we're going to try and stay patient. Point out what we were talking about yesterday in this late spike that occurred on Wednesday. Yesterday, we opened in that late spike, so it's indicating that the market is accepting higher pricing. The market looks down below, but there's no true acceptance below the late spike. We looked down there a couple of times. We couldn't even close one bar back down below that level. So that tells me that these finished downside auctions were going to lead us to the upside, which for the better part of the day yesterday, we started one time framing higher until the announcement of the taxes came out and everything went south. What were we looking for? What was my target actually for this downside move was this weak low here. Okay, this is not a strong low. There's no sign of rejection there. Figured that would be a good target for us to get to. Now remember, we took this level down to another previous week low. We drove all the way down here. I think that was Wednesday to recheck this poor low, thinking yesterday this would be a pretty decent target for the downside move. Didn't quite get there. Is that important information? Sometimes is what doesn't happen as important as what does happen. Again, this morning, settlement 41.2775. No real overnight inventory with which to look for. I'm going to try and stay patient again. We're waiting for information as far as some economic data is concerned. We can't be expecting any headline news, much as like we were unable to be expecting headline news yesterday, but always make sure you are covered. Make sure you are using stops. All right. So, I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill in this, and I'm going to see if there's any response, any reaction to the economic data that's due out today. I'm really just not feeling any pressure to get into anything that early in the S&Ps. Of course, our overnight high and our overnight low might be interesting areas, but we're going to have to see when we get there, see what the situation looks like. The NASDAQ. Hang on a second. All right, go back to the daily. Same sitch. Volume on the downside is always a little bit higher. We lost 1,000 in open interest yesterday in the NASDAQ, so no real big moves as far as open interest is concerned. We're inside the day from yesterday, of course. We have that similar same 3-day balance in the S&Ps that we have in the NASDAQ. Take a look at the 30-minute chart. So the same situation, the late spike, this is what this box is representing. We opened inside of it. We took a couple of little looks down below, no acceptance below the base of the late spike, had the market pushing to the upside again until the tax man wrecked it. And of course, if you were holding longs, hopefully you did have some stops in. Of course, the market drives where to? Previous areas of excess. We put in an area of excess in that area again yesterday. What does it mean for us today? Again, we don't really have any overnight inventory with which to look for. We're bordering on the value low from yesterday, which is a little bit of a different story. But again, with information due out in the next 45 minutes, I'm probably going to chill and wait for better trade locations as the day goes on. Gold has been a very interesting market for us this morning. So we lost 2,600 in open interest up here yesterday. We have not broken short time frame structure to the upside. However, we did lose 2,600 in open interest. That's maybe a little bit of long liquidation. Some of that long liquidation is taking selling power away from the marketplace. Remember, when longs liquidate, they're taking selling power away from the marketplace. When shorts cover, they're taking buying power away from the marketplace. So we've got an inside day in extended trading hours here in a 3-day balance. Take a look at the 30-minute chart, however. Interesting. So we have settlement all the way down here, 1782. Things change really quickly. This chart looks a lot different than it did at 8 o'clock when we started the forecast. The opening range was initially set as the low of the regular trading hour session, 1792.30. Any longs would be taken out below at the break of that week, that opening range low, and possibly a move back to the downside. What are we seeing here? We're seeing a market that is pretty long in overnight activity. We traded, in the London session, we started buying shorter time frame, weaker hands traders started buying. They found initially what they were looking for this morning in the U.S. regular trading hour open. However, they were unable to main price in that direction. So what we're seeing here is an overnight inventory adjustment. We are seeing overnight longs, seeing that they're not going to continue to get paid, and they are bailing out en masse. We could bring price basically all the way back down to settlement and our overnight low, which is an opportunity for us. Point of control, 1785, also a possible interesting area for us. If we think that this market is going to continue higher, which structure in the longer time frame says so, we're looking to buy weakness. I'm going to be waiting patiently to see if I can find a level where I can limit my risk. Settlement overnight low, hint, hint. How about value high? That might be another one. There's a lot of targets. I'm going to see if I can't get my favorite level for an execution first. Let's see if we can get the market down here. If we can't, perhaps we'll set up some sort of structure that we may be able to start to buy dips and see this market moving higher. Anything can happen. I'm not suggesting that, by any sense that these are positives. The market could, there could be news, there could be anything. We could respond, we could react to the economic numbers that are due out today in a very negative way. So we're really just looking to use the information we have to find trade locations that we can lean on that limit our risk. That is really our job. The only thing we can control is the risk that we take. I was looking at this move to the upside here, and a perfect target would have been this week high back here from Wednesday. We closed the gap from the day before. No real acceptance inside of value from that day. So still looking at this market as a market that I'm going to be patiently waiting for opportunities to look for perhaps longs on weaknesses. Buying longs on weaknesses gives us that chance to limit our risk. If we think the market's going higher and we bought it up here in expectation of that, we're taking a little bit of heat here. And I don't like taking heat. I like to stay cool, and I like to trade very close to points of invalidation for the trades. The euro. Euro, similar situation. However, we have not taken out the low of the opening range. We've got settlement in the euro all the way down here at 120.20. Okay, 120.15 is weekly kickoff low. Support. Finally, we see some overnight inventory to the long side. The low of the opening range is still 120.75. It's this little blue line right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's where the market opened and has been pushing higher ever since. As long as that holds, all of these weaker hands longs are going to be expecting to see new business to push this market to the upside. If this opening range low falls, if we take a look down below it and accept, we may see the exact same thing happen as is happening in gold. We may see all of these longs adjust that inventory and push us lower to perhaps better trade locations for longs. Just to note, if you want to put it on your charts, the low of the opening range was 120.75, 1.2075. Now, another interesting market here. The 10-year continues testing of this important inflection level. It's been resistant. Settlement is down here at 132 and 17 and a half, 30 seconds. The market opens, leaves the opening range below the session, but again, doesn't find new buyers above this level, bringing price right back to weekly kickoff high, bringing price right back to possible better trade locations for longs. The yield continues to kind of creep to the downside. Is this going to be an opportunity for us at weekly kickoff high to use this as perhaps support? I mean, looking at the daily chart, we've got upside structure. We've really been trying to exhaust sellers up above this important level. Have we exhausted them? Time will tell. We got the 20-session exponential moving average as resistance. We may have the 50-session exponential moving average as support. I said it yesterday. The market is kind of stuck like a piece of rice between two chopsticks. It just seems to be wrestling very much with this current position. Let's take a look here again. Okay, longs, overnight longs, bringing price back down to settlement, back into inside value. I'm going to stay patient. Okay. All right. So, see what else we have to say here. Vici. I am Groot. His reflexes are too fast. Gordon, Geo, good morning. First time here, first day of the trading combine. Geo, Thanks for joining us today. Hopefully, you found the information useful for you today. Welcome to the Top Step. We're looking forward to your success. Anything we can do to help, you got to let us know. Feedback is so vital to us. Yes, Edward, advice trade micros till you verify your edge. Morning, Michael. Level two, putting up a couple of levels that he is focusing on in the S&Ps, I would imagine. Yeah, it looks like S&Ps. Yep. See you guys. Okay, level two. See you on Monday. Open-minded to either direction. Absolutely. It's so important to stay open-minded. We may have an idea of what we think the market's going to do, and that might cause us to discount information that is quite the opposite. It's very important to stay creative and flexible. I like that. Former vice president, yeah, sorry about that. Guard your risk. Jackson. Nick, does the VIX being below 19 and 18 make finding trending markets more difficult? Well, it just it might. It's going to certainly create smaller markets. Now, I think the S&Ps and the Nasdaq have really had some pretty decent ranges this week for the VIX at that level. That just when VIX is low, I'm more reasonable with profit targets. I'm looking for possibly smaller profit targets. Make it harder? Yeah. Jackson, yes, I am and have been a guitar player. Thank you, Edward. All right, let's get down to business. Let's take our deep breath. I hope you guys actually do that with me. It makes me feel good. I'm sure it would make everybody feel good. But stay humble, creative, and grateful in your trading today. That's going to be it for the week. I'm not going to no recap today. I'll look forward to seeing everybody on Monday. Have a great weekend. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. Say a little prayer for peace. And get some good rest this weekend. Do something nice for yourself as well as somebody else. We work hard at this. Sometimes the rewards are hard to come by. Make sure that you treat yourself nicely. And drums. Yes, I've been a drummer since pretty much first grade. My brother Rick had a band. He was in high school. He's way older than I am, but I was always hanging around by the drummer. Deep breath. Yep. Good stuff. Excellent. Taurus Trader. Trade well, everybody. Have a great trading day today. I authorize you to make some money this early in the session today and then start your weekend early. Trade well, everyone. Peace on earth. Blessings to us all. Have a great day.